What the fuck is up, TikTok? Opulent Risings. Man, look, high key, I see this dude. He hopped up on my algorithm yesterday. He had this copper contraption. And now I seen it. It was like these horns. And it started right here. And then he had this thing in his eye. Then it was right here. Then it was like around his mouth. And I was like, holy shit. And bro was just like, yeah, man, I just started making this thing. And I just keep adding to it. And it just took over me. And I hopped in the comments and I was like, yeah, me too, bro. Because I've been at this wild rapping shit for a minute. So now I'm inspired. I want to talk about my shit. And I got receipts. Well, let me tell you about, well, let me just show it to you. Let's check this out. Isn't it pretty? Look at that. It's got a little ring on the inside of it. Lodestone, carnelian. We worked with some magnetic therapy all into the sides of it. I got them all on the positive side. Trying to see what the fuck that shit do, right? Got king coils all on the inside of it. This is a lodestone, so this is also magnetic. Um, I call this my eye of Hanuman Ra, right? So let me tell you about this. Why do I have this? What is it? Now, what I think these things are, I was reading Encyclopedia of Spirits about Hecka, right? So I feel like it's something like that. Like we're just remembering how to put this shit together. Uh, I got this theory about currency and about how currency is not just currency, it is the currency and what you currently see. And I'm thinking, hey, if copper's uh, superconductive magnets, crystals are basically organic computers, yeah, who's to say you can't put this shit together to do something, right? So I put that thing together um, almost as like an honoring or just trying to tap into the frequency of Hanuman, right? Now, funny story about Hanuman. I thought, let me tell you about this time that I went through psychosis. I thought that I was fucking Hanuman. It was a hot summer day just like this. I was tripping. And I was watching One Piece. And, I had a neighbor. She asked me about these little tattoo things. And I have a hard time describing it to people because, I mean, if you know, you know, right? But I think what I came to realize across my spiritual journeys is that I'm a fucking seer. And what does that mean to the people in the back? Well, my life experience just means that I have a very hard time separating um, fiction from reality. It's real hard for me to not see the life in art and the art in life and shit. So because of that, I see patterns and shit. I see shit and I'll be like, it makes sense in ways it shouldn't. And so this is what happened with the psychosis shit. I was tripping. I was with my wife and kids. I don't know about wife and kids, but close enough. And I'm off the shrooms, I'm off the tabs, I'm off whatever. And I'm watching the show and it hits me that Luffy is Hanuman because I just started learning about him. And this is well before people had confirmed it, anything like that. But I'm looking at it because of I had just learned about why Hanuman had opened his chest up. And I'm looking at that X. And it was just certain things that made me jump to the conclusion that this nigga's Hanuman. But the spiritual psychosis came in when I started recognizing the pattern and started seeing, oh, I think I might be Hanuman. And I think psychosis is weird because it's almost like my mind was trying to accept two different realities at the same time. And I was losing my shit. I'm not even gonna hold you. And so eventually I just ran with it just to I felt like if I didn't go, like if I didn't just run with this idea, however abstract, however crazy it was, if I didn't just run with, okay, hey, you might be this reincarnation of whatever, I was just gonna lose my mind. So I ran with it. Um, and then I got a tattoo where I made a bet on my back where it was just like, hey, if this nigga's Hahnemann, then I'm Hahnemann. That's what I thought. Now, whether that be the truth of things is neither here nor there. I don't care. But I made this out of it. And so this thing is cool because for everything that I've ever learned about that deity, uh, I think in a way, I can't say you really tapping into anything, but if I feel like I can pay attention to things a little quicker, if I feel like I'm just as smart as Hahnemann, if I feel like I'm just as fast, if I feel like I'm just as whatever, I don't know. I feel like at a certain point, just having something symbolic physically, right, is the same as a statue, the same as anything else. But I think it becomes even more powerful when you actually construct that very thing. And so yeah, no, right. Keep embracing that seerism concept. But then, just suppose I think I was in a gay program. I can't remember. Most people can't, right? But I remember the 3D glasses. I remember the tabs. I remember the fucking audio. Can you hear the frequency? I remember all that shit, right? But I remember the glasses. And so um, I ended up going to a reader or somebody. They told me about my aura and about how my aura was. I was hoping it was going to be purple. They told me it was yellow and lavender. So I got that to match my yellow aura. And then I also made this guy. So this is another one. Lavender, citrine, or not lavender, labradorite, phantom quartz, citrine. I don't know what the fuck these purple stones are, but they're so hard. Bismuth. Uh, yeah, nah. And so these are both like eye patches. They both fit the right eye. But I was thinking about them 3D glasses, and I didn't want red and blue. I wanted yellow and purple. So I just made those out of like some um, pair of glasses, right? Maybe I lost one of the lenses and then made an eye patch out of the other ones. Um, and so yeah, no, this one's cool too because this one also inspired by anime, right? Fucking again following that pattern, that archetype of Hahnemann. I watched this anime called Goku's Midnight Eye, some shit from like 1987 or some shit. Old ass fucking anime. Never seen it. Only 2 episodes, but it's another Goku. And I was just kind of like, that shit cool as fuck. But in that shit, he pokes his right eye out to block this illusion because he was getting ready to crash his car. And then the next thing you know, this unseen force gives him a fucking eye that can tap into all the technology, all the cameras of that world. Like he could tap into literally anything. I thought that idea was so cool. So I was like, well, maybe I can make a thingamajiggy that can do it. So this is not Goku's Midnight Eye. I call it Boku's Midnight Eye. Boku means myself, right? But then I also throw this up to Odin too, right? So yeah, you throw in the anime, the spirituality, the deifications, the crystals, the stones, the wood, working everything into this shit. Uh, I feel like, yeah, no, these are the fruits of alchemy, right? And I think I was just thinking about this word, right? Me is in alchemy. No, let me say that again. Me is in alchemy. Yeah, I feel like that's a context clue for all those who ascribe to the alchemist Machiavelli. That yeah, no, the alchemy look different on you because it's you. It's it's the me and you. It's your me and your alchemy. I So yeah, now I'm gonna cut this. Y'all have a good one.